how many teams are in each league? I mean, and are you in the top league for?
We're in the first division.
The first division. But that's not national, is it? That's kind of local.
Yeah, that's more local.
Yeah.
We've got what, 9?
We got 5. Yeah, we got 5 in our subdivision, and then the Hertfordshire Hawks have got 4 in their subdivision. So there's 9 in total in the south.
Seems to be a little bit more teams down here than some of the other divisions who only have maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5 teams. Oh, I've got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything national that happens? I mean, do you get to play teams from other parts of the country?
Yeah, if we make it through to the playoffs at the end of the season, if we come in the either top of our subdivision, we'll then go into what they call the national final 4 against the northern teams. Yeah. So there'll be 2 from the south, 2 from the north.
Yeah, got you.
Which at the moment could be Humberside and possibly Sheffield or another sort of team like that.
And is there so many questions? I think I could talk to you guys for ages and ages. Is there like a Manchester United of baseball in the country? Is there a particular place that really is?
Yeah, I mean, London is probably obviously the capital of baseball, and there's other leagues on U.S. military bases and so forth.
Right, got you.
Do that, but they hold national training for the Great Britain squad and all that kind of thing. Where's that?
That's Upper Hayford. Just
Upper Hayford. That's cool. Probably the home of it.
Bicester.
Right, got you.
Yeah,
got you.
But the teams that are sort of the biggest ones, you've got a team in Richmond who actually have 5 teams now, so they have a national side as well. Croydon, they've been kind of winning it over the last sort of 4 or 5 years. Brighton have just pulled out of the league. They kind of were up there as well. And every couple of years it kind of swaps over. You had Windsor, then it was Brighton, then it was Croydon.
That's a good thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
because it's every place.
It's growing every day, though. I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger. We've got 5 or 6 new players this year, including our first female.
Well, let's talk about new players because we've only got a couple of minutes left, guys. Unfortunately, but let's talk about new players coming along. I mean, how welcoming are you guys? And I know you're going to say, obviously we want people to come and join, but is it something that people can pick up quickly? And if they can't, is there a place for people that aren't all that great at the sport? Is there a...
Well, we cater for it.
Yeah.
For that kind of thing, because it's new to a lot of people, even as advanced as you may be in other sports.
Yeah.
It's new to a lot of people, and our training on Wednesday nights in Hemel Hempstead is open. So people just turn up sometimes and want to join in and continue to play from there. And we get new players all the time, and everybody, all the experienced guys, help them through and coach them. We're probably going to have a third team at some point, maybe next year. Brilliant. For sort of maybe the next division down, and just improve players and sort of move them along.
From a spectator point of view, I would imagine. I mean, I played a little bit of softball, which I know is a completely different thing. It's underarm, isn't it? And the ball's slightly bigger, and there are differences. But I mean,
not soft.
Yes, not soft.
Yes, as I've known, I've found out on a number of occasions. But from a spectator point of view, that's how I got into playing a little bit of softball. Was the spectator? It's great as a spectator because you just drink beer and talk and watch the game a bit and drink beer and talk. I mean, it's a very social thing. It's a very social occasion. I mean, is that the same presumably in baseball?
It is. I mean, I suppose it's probably nearer cricket than any of the other sports you got here, where there's plenty of time in between the action and people are talking and time to go to the bathroom and get another beer. That kind of thing.
The best thing about baseball is you don't really have to watch. You can be having a chat, and as soon as you hear that crack of the bat, that's when you look up and you see if there's going to be a play, if the ball's going over the fence and stuff like that. So you don't have to be 100% concentrated like you do with football and rugby and those kind of sports and tennis. So you can just kind of drift in and out if you like.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I just get the feeling we could talk on and on and on, but I've got so much to do today. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave it there. Tell us about tomorrow, because there's something happening tomorrow. Is that the big derby game tomorrow?
Yeah, that's our big derby. We're having we have 2 games against the Hawks. We're going to have a few ceremonies and so forth, team photos, all that kind of thing. Tomorrow we're going to have a big barbecue afterwards.
Nice.
And a big softball game for all the friends and family.
Excellent. So that's a real opportunity to come and see baseball and watch the actual game and then get a real flavour for it and a feel for it and the people that are involved as well.
And, of course, the other way is on our website we have all our contact details, and they can contact Aspie, the guy that you spoke to, who's our club secretary, and arrange to come down. They've got directions to our field.
And that's www.heartsfalcons.co.uk.
That's right.
Simple.
So it's got videos on there, and you can watch all the games and We have pictures and audio comments, and this will no doubt make it to there.
Listen, chaps, before you go completely, stay there for a second. I'm just going to get an update from the darts in Bolton. So very different today, isn't it? Baseball to darts. We'll get an update with the darts, and then we'll just find. I've got one more question for you.
Okay.
Just one more question, especially for you, my friend. This is BBC Three Counties Radio for Beds, Herts and Bucks this afternoon. Mike, thank you very much. We'll cross back to Mike later on in the programme. Really appreciate that from Mike Bovell this afternoon, keeping us up to speed with what's going on in the world of darts. Another sport I don't know much about. Baseball. Listen, if I can get off baseball for 1 minute, and I will make sure that people are aware of what's going on tomorrow. I'm hoping to come down and take part in one of your training sessions, because I'm looking forward to that. I can't let you go as an American without asking you about David Beckham. Whether you're a football fan or not, you've probably heard the news recently. David Beckham's going to play for LA Galaxy. I'm just curious, you presumably still have links with the United States of America. What's the football scene like over there? Because 20 years ago, it was a girls' game, basically, wasn't it?
Well, when I was a kid, they had the New York Cosmos and Pele and Beckenbauer and all those guys. George Best, I think, was there. And it was pretty big. And everybody plays soccer as a kid in school, but then it just kind of dies out a little bit. It's made a little bit of a resurgence lately with the World Cup, and how close we came last time. And so I think Beckham's going to do wonders for the sport. Obviously, I mean, he's an icon even there. Although probably more for his hair and his wife than for kicking a ball, but I think that's.
Well, he's a bona fide celebrity, isn't he?
He's
David Beckham. He's like proper Hollywood.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody really knows him as a footballer as such until he gets older and starts playing.
Because I think I'm going to have to wrap it up. I could talk to you guys all day, but I think the people are a little derogatory about the American game and the American leagues, and they compare it to kind of conference style. But I've been doing a little bit of research, and most of the managers and some of the ex-players in this country are kind of comparing it a little bit more to championship football in this country. It's the standard has improved so much, especially in the last 5 years. So I think he will be able to maintain a certain level of fitness and skill and performance.
There's a lot of people to choose from. They're bound to have some good sides. 300 million people to choose from. So
LA Galaxy aren't doing very well at the moment, actually. But there we go. Listen, it's just a pleasure to meet you guys. I'll hopefully hook up with you very, very shortly in the next few weeks. And good luck tomorrow. You're both playing.
Yeah.
I take it.
Maybe.
I haven't even asked you.
He's on the DL. He's injured. So
I've just come back from a shoulder operation. So.
Which in baseball's kind of a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a metatarsal in football, isn't it?
But he wants to get in there.
Yeah, I might try and play a little bit towards the end, so if my mango ain't hurting too much.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks ever so much for coming in. I appreciate it, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
All the very best. There we go, guys. Marty and Marty Jr. and Lee Manning joining me in the studio this afternoon. They're from Herts Falcons, and I've got my cap, and I'm going to cherish it, of course.
Beds, Herts and Bucks travel news.
Every 30 minutes of the weekend.
BBC